Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, we've had a little, let's call it a teaser to what the next unit is going to be. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll show you the image in just a second. But what I will say is, this character has probably been one of the most anticipated characters that we have been waiting for. It's a character who essentially is going to complete the set. If that isn't enough hint for you guys yet, then really I don't know if you've been paying attention to things or not, but we are going to be getting Balrog added to the game very soon. When is very soon? I would say most likely they'll probably put out patch notes to say that there's going to be an update and a maintenance come Wednesday, and I would expect them to add the unit at that point as a divination character. So you can see here they have put up a notification that there's a new fighter coming soon. This one doesn't really leave very much to the imagination. I mean, you can literally see he's wearing a boxing glove. So for those of you that didn't know, Iron Mike, aka Mike Tyson, because obviously that's who he was based on, is coming to the game very soon. Now this is significant for a lot of reasons. First of all, if I jump back over to the game that I am playing currently, you can see that with him now being added to the game, it means that that end slot is going to be filled and we are finally going to have the complete set of units. Okay, now the other reason that it is quite significant is if we go to here, apart from this guy, who, do we class this as Seth? I don't know. If we do class this as Seth, then Balrog coming into the game will mean we've had one version of every single character within the game. Now I don't class this as us having Seth because for a start he's a C rank unit no one uses, so I basically feel that the only unit we've got left to get as a first time unit, not a variant, is going to be Seth after this point. Good, bad, depends on your point of view. Some people get upset about the fact that all we're going to have from here on out is variants. I don't really personally have an issue with that. The reason being, I played Dokkan and any Dokkan player will tell you, you get used to getting different versions of the same character. I mean, Dokkan literally will bring out a character, a version of Goku who had a 5-second scene in a movie. Like, literally. That'll get made into a full character and people get hyped and excited about it. So what I would say is, honestly, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it. It's like games that are based on anime gachas. If a character wore a costume for one scene for 10 seconds, you can be sure that character will inevitably become a summonable unit within a game. So only getting variants is not really an issue. I don't see a problem with it personally. One of the last things that Dino said to me before leaving was there was plans in the pipeline for other collabs. He never gave any information whatsoever about what they are, so I can still hold out hope that maybe we're going to see the likes of Darkstalkers, stuff like that come into the game. Now I know that's not necessarily up everybody's street because a lot of people would just rather have units coming from Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6, stuff like that. I mean, technically speaking, it could happen by way of a collab, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. I'm thinking it's more likely going to be like third-party properties or other Capcom properties we will receive as other units within the game. But the good news is, I know a lot of people have been really waiting for Balrog to get added to the game, and he is going to be coming, finally. I made a joke, I don't know when I made the joke, I would need to go back and watch my videos, but I did say that we probably won't get Balrog until 2024, and we are literally starting 2024 with Balrog. Now this is quite good in one way because I feel like it lends itself to what I think is probably going to happen, still happening, and that is, I feel like between the anniversary and the weeks leading up to the anniversary, sorry, I feel like that's the most logical time that we will probably receive the turtles, because they fit, right? That's when they fit in. And the fact that they're going to drop this divination unit now means that, again, we're not going to be receiving Yakuza Ken, because I think what's now going to happen is they are just going to do what they did on the half-year anniversary, and they will make the summonable unit on the half-year anniversary the 50% unit. Now, what I think they're going to do that's quite significant is they will give us Fashion Ryu, right? The reason I say that is because I believe Fashion Ryu was the 1 year anniversary unit on TW as well, so that unit is kind of already got a space to be an anniversary unit. And if they hold off Ken and they do Ken as the 50% summon for anniversary, that means they are going to be theming the 1 year anniversary around Ryu and Ken. To me, that is the most iconic thing they could do for a Street Fighter game, and I feel like that's probably what they've decided to do, because the fact is the anniversary is going to be coming at the end of February, start of March. I don't see them dropping a 50% unit before then because we're too close to it now. So I think what they've probably done is they've had a think at the last minute, they've pivoted, they've decided we won't do the 50% unit before then, we'll drop it for the anniversary. I don't necessarily think it's something that we should only get twice a year. I mean, that's a bit boring. I'm pretty sure most people would be quite willing to say yes to getting a 50% summon more than twice a year, but hey, people would also be willing to get more than one free-to-play legend in the entire life cycle of the game, but it doesn't seem like that is something that's going to happen. But the whole video has really been about Balrog, about how we are going to be getting him. He is obviously coming on the hardest banner type to summon on, but that's no surprise, we knew that anyway. He will be an Inferno character, that is what he is, so no one be surprised by that. You are going to need divination tokens, you are going to need lots of diamonds if you hope to get this guy. There is another variant of Balrog that comes out later down the line. I would expect that version to be a special summon unit, but when we get him is anyone's guess. I've got absolutely no idea whatsoever, but I think what we maybe be facing now, again, this is all dependent on the turtles dropping. If they're doing the turtles as a two-part thing, I think maybe at the end of January and then middle of February we'll get that full celebration. If it's going to end up being after the anniversary, then maybe next month we end up getting Seth, and that's them completed the roster of OG characters, and at that point we would only be looking at variants to come for various different units. Anyway, I am going to attempt to beat down Yusef on this leaderboard. It's really bugging me because it all comes down to Flame Adon. I'll show you guys just now, like this here. It's all Flame Adon. I mean, look at the score on the Flame Adon team. If I go to the previous one, Flame Adon. If you go to the one before, I did lose the one before, but even if you look at the one before, it's all Flame Adon. He got more on his Flame. It just all comes down to Flame Adon now, which means as long as you're willing to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll on your shots, eventually you will get lucky and you will line them up in such a way that you've hit attack on that exact microsecond that you survive longer and do more damage. It's actually very boring, got to be honest. The new meta is just so boring. Hopefully something comes along that can shake that up a little bit, but hey, it's nice because anyone can do it. Doesn't matter if you've got a whale account or not, everyone can have Flame Adon and everyone can do decent numbers with him. Anyway, I've been Hayzink. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you all had a nice Christmas and New Year. I've been busy, hence no videos. I'm still going to be busy until the kids go back to school. But happy 2024, which is coming up in around about 4 hours. Anyway guys, peace out, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.